It's Cute with Krissy. This is the beginning of many videos. This is the look that I will be doing, but don't get shocked. I'm not gonna look like that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, I told you. Okay, so this is our Time Wise foundation. It's a bronze 2 for me. I'm about to just use a regular foundation brush and set my eye area because that's what I will be working with first. And I do the eye area first just so I don't have a lot of fallout from my makeup. Most people, when they're doing their makeup, start that way. I'm also going to put some translucent powder over the eye area just to set that foundation, and I'm just using a mineral powder brush. And I'm going to go in and straighten out my eyebrows at this point, and also go in with our brunette pencil and shaping my eyebrows. And it is suggested that at the area of your arch you go above your natural hairs, and then coming down toward the end you fill in where your natural hairs are. I tend to do my eyebrows differently depending on how I'm feeling, but 9 out of 10 I'm always doing eyebrows because I feel naked without them. I always say I stepped out of that line in heaven when God was giving out eyebrows. He gave it to everybody else, so I have to create them. But this is really my favorite part of doing my face, as long as I get it right. If I get it wrong, then I don't like this part. Duh. But anyway, also with I lost my train of thought. Okay. Also, I need to do my eyebrows at this point, so you'll see when I'm filling in that there are some hairs that are not in with the shape of my eyebrow. I'm just going to conceal over those later in the video. But at this point, if I was doing my cleanup with a tweezer, I would still fill in my eyebrows first and then go over the area with the tweezer for those parts that are not in with the shape of the eyebrow that I am looking for. So that is just a sharpened brunette pencil, and that pencil, we have 3 different types of colors, but that's just our brow defining pencil, and I really love it. I use that. I oftentimes use a classic blonde at the front if I'm going to use a pencil, but sometimes I don't. So I'm just using the brush and I was straightening it out. But now I'm going to use an angled brush, and I'm going to fill in with that darker espresso color at the end of my eyebrow. And then I'm going to go in at the beginning with hazelnut, which is a lighter color, and that's just going to create a gradient. So your eyebrows naturally are not just full thick brown or black or whichever color they are. They're a gradient. So now this is the concealer portion, and I'm going to clean up the mess that I made. I love that concealer. That's what I was expressing with the thumbs up. That is our Mary Kay Perfect Concealer. It is the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in those areas and clean them up. So I'm going to go at the bottom, and I'm also going to clean it at the top. Sorry, I was singing and I wasn't singing the songs that I was playing in the background to this audio, but I was singing from the songs I was playing from my iTunes radio. So you'll see a whole bunch of that singing, lip syncing going on in the video. But yes, I'm just checking at this point to make sure that I'm getting it as even as I possibly can. That doesn't often happen that I get them even, but I talk a lot with my eyebrows, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But here I am filling up the top portion of my eyebrows, just making sure that it's defined the way I want. But I was also moving my eyebrows to the song so you can see. So crazy. I didn't know that I was doing all of that. It's hard to talk over that portion of myself. But this is actually not a look that I would do for a special occasion. This is what I do every day if I have the time and I wake up early enough, because I love makeup, so I love to do this. So here I am just using a regular concealer brush, or they call it a cream color brush as well. But I am just now blending that area. Sometimes you see those girls and they don't blend enough, and that is like a pet peeve of mine when I do it myself and when I see other people do it as well. Like it's hard to just ignore that your eyebrows have this bright outline to them. So try to blend as much as you can, and also use your fingers. Your fingers are oftentimes the best thing for you to use, but here I am just cleaning up those lines and trying to blend them as best I can. It's not easy to do. You just continue to do it until you get it right. So and I'm also using my eyebrow as I push them up to help me not mess up my pencil line that I just created, and still just making sure that it's even. So if I didn't get the lines even with the perfect concealer, then I just use the brushes to get them even. But that concealer that we have, it has like the lip gloss into it, and it's just, as the name suggests, is perfect to me. So yes, you can see me, I'm blending with my fingers, and I'm doing like this acrobat thing with my hand, trying to get it blend at the top as well. So you just want to blend and make sure you're getting it right. And when in doubt, go in with your fingers, look into the light to see what's going on. I'm not in the best lighting at this point. The more videos I do, I probably should invest in a better lighting system. But yes, now at the front, I'm putting the remainder of the concealer at the beginning of my brow because I'm still creating that gradient effect. And you can see as the video goes further, I am getting really happy because I got brows. I'm so excited. So now going in with a bronze 7. It's still a matte time-wise foundation, but I'm actually going to contour my eyes. And sometimes, often people use a powder to do this, but I saw Julianne Mayfield. She's a makeup artist in, I think she lives in the Baltimore or Atlanta area, something like that, and she did this, and I fell in love with this concept, and I've been doing it ever since. So you just take a dark color, the same that I will use to contour my face, and I'm using an angled concealer brush, and I'm just filling it in. And now what you see, that gold tip brush there, that is just a regular stippling, like thick bristled brush, and I'm just blending in the rough edges from the concealer on the eyes and the concealer on my lid. So now I'm going over it with that espresso eyeshadow color, and I am doing a windshield wiper effect right there to just set the liquid foundation. So anytime I'm using liquid, I'm always finding a powder that matches it to set it. I just think that that's the best thing to do. I'm not a makeup artist, but I like the way it looked. So now that is one of our cream colors. That's a cream eyeshadow color. It is Pale Blush. I use it often, and I'm going to actually go on my, I don't know what it's called, but a folded lid portion, and I'm going to create a line where my eyelid would fold, not my crease, but where my eyelid folds, and I'm just going to pack that color in. I start off with a little bit of color, but it's very layerable. That's probably not a word, but this is not an English course. You can layer this without it getting really like thick or anything like that. It blends, it layers. I really like it. It's soft, and most of all, like, I've tried other cream eyeshadows, and this particular cream eyeshadow, I love the Mary Kay cream eyeshadows because not really, it doesn't have anything to do with how it applies on my eyes, but it stores very well. Like, you open it and you're using it, you open it and you're using it, and it doesn't get like dried out. Some of the cream eyeshadows that I tried in the past would dry out. But anyway, now I'm using Iris, which is a matte purple, and I'm just putting it in the middle portion of my eye where my eye would naturally sit. And I am packing it in with an angled crease brush, but I don't particularly use a particular brush to do anything in certain. I use the brush that's clean, so that's what I do. Now that is a blending brush, and I'm just blending that iris purplish color. I'm blending it in and still dancing, and I'm packing more on. So my eyes have a hard time picking up colors, even whether it's Mary Kay or any other brand. I always have to pack in the color because my eyes have a hard time doing that. So that's from our At Play Trio, and I'm using that dark purple on the outer portion of my eyelid. And I'm not going in any particular motion. I'm just packing it there. At the end, I will do the whole darker color like a V, but right now I'm just packing it in and trying to make sure I blend. I like to create gradients, and blending isn't my best thing to do, but I can do it. I'm not that bad at it. But now I'm picking up coal, which I didn't mention, but I picked up coal with a blending brush, and I am first circling it at the outer corner of my eyelid, and then I'm blending in a little windshield wiper motion, but not going past that purple color. That's the main thing. I don't want to remove the purple color. I just want to go over it. And then I took the At Play purple and went back over the coal. So this is a great technique. It is the perfect concealer. It's the color that I would use to conceal any dark blemishes on my face. But I saw another Mary Kay consultant, I think she was in Australia, and she actually used the perfect concealer on her eyelids so that the lighter color would show. And that was actually great. I loved it. So that I'm using there is actually one of our blush cheek colors. It was Shy Blush. It's one of my favorites, and yes, you are right, I am using it as a eyeshadow because I can. Now I'm going back with hazelnut, and I'm just blending the area in. Anything that might not have been merged together, I'm fixing that now with the hazelnut. I just showed it to you, and that is really what you do. You pick your colors. Although I don't always tend to pick the colors that probably go together, but you pick the colors that you want, and then you start blending. And you blend. So now I'm going back in with the coal, and now I'm going back in with the iris, just making sure that purple is popping how I want it. Purple popping. That's funny. Well, what I did was just place it in the area that it belonged in. Now I'm taking the coal color, and I am actually doing the V-shaped motion that I mentioned prior in the video. I'm going up a little bit above where my folds is, and then I'm applying it there. I took our finishing spray, which is fantastic, and I set my eyes, and now I'm just going to clean up with our all-free eye makeup remover. That's also fantastic. I'm going to clean up the areas in an upward motion because that's how I want the end corners of my foundation to lay. Going in with my actual bronze 2-time wise color, and I'm using my handy dandy egg. I saturated it with water, and I am packing on that color. I'm not rubbing it in. I'm using a stippling effect, which stippling is just making sure you pat and not rub, because I like the finish of stippling versus rubbing. I use less in my mind. Somebody, of course, will probably correct me, but that's why I do it. And I oftentimes make sure I use the finishing spray on my egg and then continue to go back to my face. But you will see that I use finishing spray after every portion of my face because I like the finishing spray. I just like the effect of it. And I just don't think you could use too much of it. But yes, it's really, really great, and you know, like, it prevents your makeup from melting down, and it lasts up to 16 hours. So now I'm trying to find my contour color, my highlight color, which I used a light beige, and of course I'm trying to make that triangle, but I got a little excess in the non-triangle area, and now I'm doing an upside down triangle on my forehead and going down to highlight the middle portion of my nose, top of my lip, and under my chin. Going in with another egg and blending that area in, but in a pattern motion. And I oftentimes like to use the angle of the egg to go closer to my nose and out toward my eye area, just so that I get that clean edge effect that I like. And this is just a trial and error part. You blend as much as you need to for as long as you need to, because you don't want to look like the person with all the right stuff on, but it's just looking like a clown. I really don't like that. So that's why lighting is important, and we all get it wrong. Sometimes I know makeup artists that are very profound in the field, and I still be looking at pictures like, what the heck is going on with her face? But anyway, so blend, 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 and when you think you blended enough, blend some more. So now I'm going back in because I can tell that one side of my face is a little more highlighted than the other, so I'm adding more highlight in that area until I like it. And now I'm happy. I don't care if it's not right, but that's how I like it. And that is now the deep bronze, and I am contouring my face. That's similar to the bronze 7 that I contoured over my natural crease with as well. And now I'm contouring down my nose. People do this so that they can create the illusion that their nose is smaller. I don't have a problem with my nose. I just like makeup, so I contour down that down the sides of my nose as well. And it also helps me to control any excess of the highlight that I put in the out areas of my nose that I didn't mean to. And of course, yes, I was singing. So I contoured down my nose. I went all the way down underneath the nostril, and then I went across the bridge area. It's just create dimension to your face. So, you know, you just don't want to have a blank canvas. Well, you can, but I like dimension. I love the art of makeup, whereas children color in color books, I color on my face. That's so silly. But anyway, so now I'm going to just take my egg, my handy dandy egg, and I am blending in the contour areas. And what's excess from where I blended on the cheek area, I just use and put under my chin because I don't really need to do that, but I just did it. Now I am creating more dimension. Well, I realized that I didn't have enough contour on the side, but now I'm creating more dimension from the corners of my lips to the tip of my earlobe, just creating a better effect so that everything is clean cut. I like it like that. And now I'm going to take a pointed tip brush, and I am going to bake my face. The secret to the beat is the bake. You have to bake. So I am highlighting all the light areas and baking it with translucent powder. And now I'm going to go in with our awesome gel eyeliner and a Mary Kay angled brush. And I am creating a wing effect to my eyes. So the wing is also what we call it in my house is a cat eye, but I don't know why we do that, but maybe somebody knows. You can comment below. But anyway, the wing is awesome. Sometimes our wings look awful, but this particular video, it didn't come out that bad, not half bad. And when my wings come out wrong, like if I make it thicker than intended on one side, guess what? I just go to the other side and make it thicker. And sometimes my wings are thick, and sometimes they're how I want them. This time it came out pretty good. So now I'm going in with Crystalline. It's a shimmery color, and I am putting it right where my eyebrow should normally arch. I'm now blending in that area. So the word that you probably heard me say the most is to blend. So I didn't have to actually pack it in with the first eyeshadow brush all the way to the edge of my eyebrow, because I'm just going to take what I put at the arch and blend it to the front, and then blend with my fingers. Blend, blend, blend. Eggs, it's good to blend, and your fingers are good to blend. And if you got a good brush, use it to make sure you do what? You blend. So now I'm taking a mineral foundation brush, and I'm actually going to go ahead and sweep off the area that I baked. It looks like I did it really fast in this video, but this video naturally, in its natural stance, is like an hour long, so that's why I speeded it up. So I'm just wiping that all off, and now I'm going to go in with that deep bronze, and I am going to contour under my eyelid, because this is what people do when they're taking pictures a lot. Actually, I just got this makeup on for the video, but normally I would do this if we're having like an event at my studio. Now I'm going in with Coal, which is the black color, and I'm just going to put it over the eyelid area where I just put that gel liner, because I have a tendency to wipe my eyes a lot, and my eyes run. That's just something that I was blessed with, so I try to make sure anything liquid or gel, I pack it with a powder. And now I'm just taking that crystalline that I put on my eyes and I just put it in the tear duct area at the bottom. Now I'm taking our handy dandy Mary Kay eyeliner and I'm lining my waterline. It's a black liner, just a basic black liner, and it is actually great. It stays where it's put. Now I'm taking my Bronze 2 mineral powder and I am stippling it. That's what I did with that hand motion, stippling it on my face. It's going to be a little excess. The same thing I did to bake my translucent powder in the highlighted areas. I'm, in a sense, doing the same thing with my mineral powder for the whole area of my face. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pull the area back because you know you don't want that mass effect. So this is one of my favorite things. It is our Lash Intensity Mascara. It lengthens over 200%, and it's really great. So when I stepped out of the eyebrow line, I also stepped out of the eyelash line in heaven. So this gives that effect that I was actually born with lashes. So I love this. For me, because I don't naturally have a lot of lash hair, it just makes it look like I may have what somebody naturally has. But if you already have a lot, then it'll look even longer. And what I showed you with those 3 dots on my hand is what I do to the bottom lash to make it seem like I have lashes down there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take that Sun Spice and I am going to use it as my blush, and I'm going to take Espresso and Hazelnut to contour with powder on the sides of my face and also on my forehead. And now this is our like shimmer glow. I love this thing, and it's actually sold out, but I'm going to use it to put shimmer where the light will naturally hit my face. So that's my right above my cheekbone, my forehead, my nose, a little bit over my eyebrow, my chin, and my lips. So now I'm taking off our wonderful lip protecting sunscreen that I put on prior to the video, and I am lining my lips. You can't tell what I'm lining my lips with, but I will tell you it is not a lip liner. I'm actually using our brunette brow defining pencil, and I'm gonna create a sort of ombre effect. I'm only putting it on the out. I lined my lips completely, but I started to blend the color in at the corners of my mouth, top and bottom. So I'll show you here that it's for my eyes. But the color that I'm using now, which is Rose, that's actually for your lips. It's one of our new lip liners that came out with our semi-matte lipsticks, and I am just going over that area that is lightened and blending the brown and the rose together. And I need to add a little bit more brown because I wanted to. And now I'm taking Sun Blossom, which is one of our Nourish and Shine lip glosses, and I was just trying to make sure that the rose and the Sun Blossom matched how I wanted them to before I added it. Put it on my lips and I puckered, and now spraying my face with that finishing spray that I love so much. And I'm done. I hope you enjoyed this. This is one video, but I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe I'll have the courage and opportunity to do more. Here's some finished pictures. Of course, I had to put a Snapchat in there for the girls, and more to come. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.